You know, if you're trying to figure out whether a woman's really into you, don't just listen to what she says, watch what she does. Words can be tricky, but actions? They don't lie. I learned that the hard way with my ex, Jessica. She could sweet talk anyone, but her actions? Totally different story. Let me tell you, paying attention to those little nonverbal cues can save you a lot of heartache. Here's what I've picked up over the years, stuff that might help you see if she's genuinely interested or just playing games. First off, let's talk about eye contact. When a woman's into you, her eyes give her away. Jessica used to do this thing where she'd hold my gaze just a little too long, like she was trying to tell me something without saying a word. It's funny how much you can communicate without even speaking. If she's looking at you more often than usual or holding eye contact, it's a pretty good sign she's feeling something deeper. Next time you're talking to her, try holding her gaze a bit longer. You'd be surprised how much of a connection you can build just by locking eyes. Then there's body language. Oh man, this one's huge. Jessica had this way of leaning in when we talked, like she didn't want to miss a single word. If a woman's into you, she'll angle her body toward you, keep her arms uncrossed, and just seem open. It's like her whole posture screams, "I'm comfortable with you." But let me tell you, when Jessica started pulling away, crossing her arms, and turning her body away from me, I should have known something was up. Those little shifts in body language, they're like warning signs. Don't ignore them. Now, laughter. If she's laughing at your jokes, even the dumb ones, that's a good sign. Jessica used to laugh at everything I said, even when it wasn't funny. It made me feel like $1,000,000. But looking back, I realize it wasn't always genuine. Sometimes, it felt forced, like she was just going through the motions. Still, when a woman laughs easily around you, it usually means she's comfortable and maybe even a little attracted. Just make sure it's real laughter, not the fake kind. Casual touches are another big one. Jessica used to brush her hand against mine or tap my arm when she was making a point. At the time, I thought it was sweet, like she was testing the waters. But now, I see it for what it was, a way to keep me hooked. Those little touches can be powerful, but they can also be manipulative. If she's initiating light physical contact, it's a sign she's comfortable with you. Just don't let it blind you to the bigger picture. And then there's the questions. When a woman starts asking about your life, your dreams, your opinions, stuff that goes beyond small talk, it's a sign she's genuinely interested. Jessica used to ask me all kinds of personal questions, but over time, those questions stopped. She stopped caring. If she's curious about you, it means she wants to know the real you. But if she stops asking, that's a red flag. Finally, pay attention to how she adjusts her appearance around you. Jessica used to fiddle with her hair or straighten her clothes whenever I walked into the room. At first, I thought it was cute, like she wanted to look good for me. But later, I realized it was just another way to keep me distracted. If she's constantly fixing her hair or smoothing her outfit when you're around, it's a sign she's trying to impress you. Just make sure it's not all for show. You know, those little things, like smoothing down her outfit or fixing her hair, might seem small, but they say a lot. Jessica used to do that all the time when we were together. At first, I thought it was sweet, like she cared about how I saw her. But looking back, I realize it was just another way for her to keep me hooked. Those unconscious gestures, they're her way of saying, "I want you to notice me." And yeah, it's flattering, but don't let it fool you. Sometimes, it's less about attraction and more about control. Now, let's talk about nervousness. Even the most confident woman can get a little jittery around someone she's into. Jessica used to fidget a lot, playing with her hands, adjusting her clothes, shifting in her seat. At the time, I thought it was cute, like I was making her nervous in a good way. But now, I see it for what it was, a sign that she was trying to manage her emotions, not because she cared about me, but because she wanted to keep me guessing. Blushing, stumbling over her words, those are all part of the act. She wanted to impress me, sure, but it wasn't genuine. It was just another way to keep me on the line. So, to sum it all up, here's what you need to watch for. Prolonged eye contact. If she's holding your gaze, she's probably into you, or at least wants you to think she is. Open body language. If she's leaning in, facing you, and keeping her posture relaxed, it's a good sign. But don't ignore it when she starts pulling away. Genuine laughter. If she's laughing at your jokes, it means she's comfortable, or at least pretending to be. Casual touches. Those little brushes against your arm or hand? They're testing the waters. Just make sure it's not all for show. Personal questions. If she's asking about your life, your dreams, your opinions, it's a sign she's interested. But if she stops asking, that's a red flag. Attention to appearance. If she's fixing her hair or adjusting her clothes around you, she wants to impress you. But ask yourself, is it real, or is it just another game? Nervousness, fidgeting, blushing, stumbling over words. It might seem cute, but it's also a way to keep you guessing. Once you start noticing these signs, you'll have a much clearer picture of how she feels. But here's the thing, don't let it blind you. Jessica had me fooled for years, and I wish I'd seen the signs sooner. Pay attention, but don't ignore the bigger picture. Actions speak louder than words, but sometimes, those actions are just part of the act. I'll be honest with you, I didn't see it coming with Jessica. She had me wrapped around her finger, and I fell for every little gesture, every laugh, every touch. But in the end, it was all just a game to her. Don't make the same mistake I did. Pay attention to the signs, but don't let them cloud your judgment. Sometimes, what looks like attraction is just manipulation in disguise. Before we wrap this up, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Your support means the world to me, and it's what keeps me going. If you liked what you heard today, give it a like. It helps more than you know. And if you've got questions or thoughts, drop them in the comments. This community's all about sharing stories that matter, and I'm grateful to have you here. Thanks for sticking around until the end. Until next time, take care of yourself, and don't forget to trust your gut.